Hey there, I couldn't help but notice a couple of people mentioning Frank Soda over at the CanadianBands.com page on Facebook. I'd like to share part of my collection. This is Frank Soda and the Imps in the Tube, recorded live at the Piccadilly Tube in Toronto. It's a venue I've frequented a few times when I was living there late 70s, early 80s. I did catch Frank Soda and the Imps there twice, I think, and also at Larry's Hideaway, another Toronto venue. And I have a vague recollection there was a dive I used to hang out at called the Edgewater. The Edgewater Hotel, or the Edgewater Inn. It was on the corner of Roncy and Queen. I think it's long gone. I either saw Thor and the Imps or Frank Soda and the Imps. I should mention that this band was Thor's backing band at one point. So this was a live LP, three-piece band, very blues-inspired, produced by Larry Wilson and Robert Connolly. Now I'll get to Robert in a second here. This is Frank's follow-up, Frank Soda and the Imps follow-up. Really cool record, leaning more towards hard rock in the kind of Max Websterish vein. Produced by Robert Connolly, if you'll take note there. Now, Robert Connolly was a Canadian multi-instrumentalist. I think he was from London, Ontario, but I'm not 100% sure. This is his only LP titled Plateau. Very science fiction inspired. Really cool outing. Kind of tough to find these days. If you look at side A here, Robert Connolly played most of the instruments here. He had a few people backing him on side two, and there's Robert right there. Very cool record. Now this is Frank's final LP, I think. At least if he released anything after this, I'm not aware. But I enjoyed this a lot back in the day, and I gave it a spin about a week ago, and found it quite interesting even all these years later. I recall Frank and Break the Ice a lot at parties. That song used to get played over and over, and Moon Man, of course. Different lineup here. This was a solo effort. Really cool record. So yeah, Frank Soda, one of Canada's unsung heroes. I don't know why he never caught on out west here. When I moved back to Alberta, nobody had heard of him, and I introduced him to a few people out here back in my party days. So yeah, I'd say out of these LPs, this would be my favorite. This one here is great too. From a live perspective, it kind of shows him at his best on stage, if you can find it. All right, thanks.